Hello students, today we are going to start up with a new chapter, The Little Girl, written by Catherine Mansfield. In this chapter, we are going to study about the story of a little girl. But before we start the chapter, I want to raise some questions. Children, have you ever understood your parents? Have you ever tried to understand any action which they have taken which has never been approved or supported by us? Do we actually understand the reason behind the decision which is strict for us? No. We understand it when we understand it with the span of time. When that situation proves to be negative or harmful for us, when we see that in front of our eyes, then we realize that why our parents were stopping us to do some things or were not giving the permission. In this story, also we are going to study about a relationship between a daughter and a father. I know you all must be having a very nice and cordial and peaceful relationship with your parents, but here the little girl whose name is Kezia is not so happy with her father. Before we start the first paragraph, I want to inform you that this story has four main characters. Kezia, a little girl herself, Kezia's father, Kezia's mother, and Kezia's grandmother. I know you all are having a book with you, so here we are going to start up with the first paragraph and we'll continue with paragraph after paragraph by underlining the lines and by writing down the hard words. So the first paragraph explains that for a little girl, the father, Kezia's father, he was a figure to get scared of. She was a small little girl and she was very scared of her father. For Kezia, the father was not that polite, was not that sweet figure usually which we see in our fathers in the present time. For her, father figure was a very strict, a dominant father, a father who was not spending too much of quality time with her. So there was a sort of communication gap, a sort of understanding missing from the Kezia side especially. She was a small girl, she was a little girl with not that big understanding capacity. So that's why the first line itself explains that for her, father was a figure to get fear of. Then he says, and here we can see the father's affection. The father is not hating the child. It's from the child's side that she is not able to understand the father's behavior, if he is behaving in any way. Why is he behaving such? So here in the first paragraph we see that before going to office, the father, the Kezia's father, he always used to enter Kezia's room, cuddle her, love her, give her a nice casual kiss on the cheek, say goodbye to the father, say goodbye to the daughter. On reply, she used to say goodbye father, and then she used to go. The moment the father used to leave the house, that was the moment of relief, a satisfaction for the Kezia when she used to hear the sound of the carriage, the car or any vehicle by which the father used to go to office. Was the sound of it was getting fainter, it was getting lighter minute after minute, time by time. So that was a sense of relief that finally father has gone, and now she doesn't have to get fear of, now she doesn't have to get scared of. Further it says, when the father used to return in the evening, she used to stand near the staircase and hear to the demands of the father. When the father is asking loudly about the papers, about the booths, so she is standing near the staircase and did not have enough courage to enter the drawing room where the father is standing and asking for the things in a very loud voice, because that loud voice was again terrifying her. She's getting afraid of it, scared of it. On that, Kezia's mother used to motivate her that if you are a good girl, go and help your father. Meanwhile, she is slipping down the staircase, pushing herself towards the drawing room and opening the door and going to help the father. The father had his spectacles on. Spectacles are the glasses. So father had spectacles on, when he used to look at Kezia after wearing it, she used to feel so scared. And then, terrified, the little girl, the next line says, well, Kezia, hurry up. Here the father is saying, well, Kezia, hurry up, pull off these boots. The boots which the father is wearing, he is demanding Kezia to take off that from his feet and help him. And then he questions Kezia, have you been a good girl today? On to that, I want to mention that Kezia doesn't have a problem of stammering. She doesn't have a problem of stuttering. But since she is so scared of her father, she is not able to answer him properly. And then she replies, no, father, I don't know. This is the way she used to stammer and she used to speak and answer. And this kind of reply was very irritating, was very frustrating for the father. And then he questions, what's wrong with you? If you're going to stammer and stutter like this, definitely your mother has to take you to the doctor. In the next paragraph, we see that she never stuttered with the other people, as I've told you. That because she never felt scared of them. She only stuttered and stammered in front of the father. And reason behind, because she is trying to explain and she is trying to speak each word so properly that she is ending up stuttering and stammering. Again, the father is questioning, what's wrong with you? You look so wretched up. The wretched means unhappy. And you know why Kezia is looking unhappy? Yes, because she was being pushed by the mother to go and help the father. She was willingly not ready from the heart to go and face the father or to help him because she was scared, obviously. Mother, I wish you taught this child. Now again here the father is asking mother of Kezia that if you would have taught this child properly, if you take care of her properly, this child will not behave like a brick of suicide. That means a person who is going to commit a suicide. How does a person really looks like when he's going to commit a suicide? Terrified, confused, sad, isn't it? So that all sorts of expressions can be seen in Kezia on her face when she is facing her father. And then the instructions come from the father that take my cup of tea and keep it back on the dining table safely. When Kezia remembers his father's physical description as it is given in the book, his hands are big, his neck is big, and especially his mouth when he yawns. That's the way people yawn, right? So when he used to open his big mouth and yawn, in total he looked very giant. Giant means huge, big. So the overall, the Kezia used to think that my father figure is the physical structure, the body is really giant and big, and she is a little girl. One Sunday, go downstairs and have a nice talk with her parents to spend some time and have a good communication. So when she came down in the hall, she found her mother reading the magazine or the newspaper, and she found her father stretched on the sofa. Stretched means he was lying on the sofa. A handkerchief on his face, his feet on one cushion, and he was sleeping soundly and snoring. He was making too much of noise while he was sleeping. So she did not have enough courage to make her father get up. So she sat on the stool and waited until the father got up and asked for the time. So she was sitting and she was looking at the father. Now when the father got up and asked for the time, he said, Kezia, stop staring at me. You look like a little brown owl. One day when she was kept indoors, when she was not feeling good, she was suffering from cold, the grandmother suggested Kezia that she should make a cushion, a pin cushion for her father's birthday, which is coming next week. So she was really excited after listening to it, and with the help of a double cotton, she laboriously started working, and she stitched 3 sides of the fabric of yellow silk. Now there was a question, what should get stuffed inside that cushion? So that was a big question. And since grandmother was outside in the garden one day, she was wandered into mother's room. Wandered means she just went into mother's room by chance. So when she reached in her mother's room, she found a fine piece of papers, which were kept on the bedside of her mother's bed. So what she did, she collected all the sheets, tore it into a tiny pieces, and she stuffed the pin cushion, which was stitched from the 3 sides. And after stuffing the cushion with the tiny sheets of paper, she stitched the 4th side also. Now that was not an ordinary paper. I'll tell you, there is a line given that the papers which she stuffed was not an ordinary paper, which will come to know in future what kind of papers it was. That night there was hue and cry in the house. Hue and cry means there was an angry protest. Now, since the papers, as I'm telling you, it's not an ordinary papers, it's a very important paper of the father, and which were missing. So the papers were being searched everywhere in the house. The servants were being questioned. So everybody was finding the papers. At last, when mother reached to Kezia's room, she questioned Kezia, "Have you seen the papers?" Onto that, Kezia replied, "Yes, I found the papers in your bedroom. I tore them and stuffed it in the pin cushion." Now that was a reply, and after listening to that reply, the mother screamed. She was almost in shock because, as I'm telling you, the paper was not the ordinary paper. So mother was now really worried that what the father is going to do with little Kezia. So mother ordered, "Come straight down to the dining room this instant." Instant means that moment. And she was dragged down to where father was moving to and fro. To and fro means going from one direction to another. So like a pendulum, the father was walking from one corner of the room to another corner of the room, keeping his hands at the back. And she was being dragged, she was being pulled from her room to the drawing room. And when they reached, the mother and the daughter, they reached over there, well, he said and asked Kezia, "Did you do that?" Before that, mother was trying to explain the whole thing. She explained the whole thing, but still, father was so angry that he again questioned Kezia. And on that, Kezia was so, worried that she again whispered, "No, no, no, no," and that was the continuous stuttering which she was doing. Mother up to her room, and then the father ordered, "Mother, take her to the room, make sure that she goes to her room and just bring that damn thing." Now what is that damn thing? That's the cushion. The father wants to see what thing she has made in which she has stuffed those important documents into tiny pieces. Students, we are concluding the chapter over here. Other half of the chapter, other half of the lesson we will see in the next video. Thank you.